Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here today, and we're excited to share Century Fire Protection Appian journey over the last 12 months. Our journey started 12 months ago when we came to Appian World in San Diego. And during our first few interactions, it was very clear how Appian employees care about the product. What was even more surprising is the passion of the customers that equally care and were even more excited about Appian solutions. During our last 12 months, we leveraged IDP and AI skill set to fulfill the mission of Century Fire Protection to manage operations. Who is Century Fire Protection? We are a company part of First Service family, and we belong to First Service that focuses on essential property services with a concentration in supporting community associations and HOAs with First Service Residential, and also having restoration business with Paul Davis and First Onsite. Many of you are familiar with our brands like California Closets and CertaPro Painters. So what do? We protect life and property. We install and service all types of fire protection systems, and our products are all around us. You can see our fire extinguishers in the hallways. Hopefully you have one in your kitchen. Fire alarms on the wall, sprinkler in the hotel rooms. Century Fire Protection was founded 24 years ago at the turn of a century in Atlanta, Georgia. Very similar to Appian, we continue our journey growing throughout Southeast and expanding in other markets. We service multiple industries along the way. We have high concentration in multifamily, supply chain, distribution. We service a lot of nationwide customers through our extensive partner network. We have 33 offices throughout Southeast, going all the way to Texas, Kansas City, and all the way up to Maryland. And we're proud to serve this market with our 2,000 passionate employees. With all that growth going from 100 million to 500 in the last 7 years, we knew that our back office processes needed to scale up. Our data entry in AP was 100% for all the invoices. It was a very manual process. We had to key in all the invoices, and a lot of times we were missing key information such as a project number or who needs to approve the invoice. Our centralized accounts payable group had to chase multiple vendors and multiple internal stakeholders trying to get to the right information. For the construction industry, it's very critical because we recognize revenue based on our cost, and that was a key part of operations. A lot of this chasing and escalations were done through email, and it would take multiple attempts to find the right information from our internal customers. All that manual firefighting led to a lot of frustration in our AP department, and we had high turnover along with high employee dissatisfaction. Also, we were missing discounts due to process delays, and that resulted in a need for change. So we knew that we wanted to change. The question was, what is the right solution? Many of us favor Amazon experience, where you can purchase multiple products, almost anything, under one umbrella. We wanted a modern platform that have RPA, AI, and case management to manage all our processes. We also wanted a simpler solution for our interfaces and integration, so that will keep the running costs down. With Appian, we found a very seamless interfaces, and I think just like my colleagues from TELUS said it yesterday, that is exactly what we wanted. Our workforce is not the one that sits behind the computer. Our technicians and inspectors are out there servicing our customers. We wanted a solution that would be easy to use and they will easily adapt to. We looked at several accounts payable solutions, and there's a lot of them out there. They all had great processes. Unfortunately, their ability for custom workflows with a lot of escalations were limited. And of course, that would also limit it to just one process. In my prior experience at TKE, or ThyssenKrupp Elevator, we used 85 processes on Appian, and it was a primary tool to communicate with our 140 branches throughout US and Canada with the shared service. We wanted something that's going to be modern, easy to use, and budget-friendly. At the end, we decided to go with Appian. I'm going to turn it over to Rhonda Pruitt, our corporate controller, who led the project.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Our pre-work started with a six-week sprint where we were working internally to determine exactly what kind of a process do we want. How are we going to turn our very manual processes into an automated process with Appian? We had to look at all of the different areas that were going to be affected by that and really hone in on exactly how could we transition our processes into automation without losing the confidence and customer support that we had worked so hard to build. The Appian process consisted of 5 sprints. Each sprint was 2 weeks, and each sprint was developed and identified in advance so that we knew exactly what we were going to be working on. The key to success with this project was developing a strong team that could keep up with the fast pace. It included AP personnel, purchasing, operations, a project manager, IT resources, and the project owner. The first sprint, Sprint 0 with Appian, the Appian team was on site for the first week with the Century team. And we really worked to figure out how can we take these issues that came up in our pre-session, how can we take all of the processes we wanted to convert from our pre-session and move it into Appian. And we spent that week just really going through everything that we needed to do. During this same time, we were aligning our systems to make sure that Appian was going to talk to and work with all of our current systems. That was a very important part. We went through Sprint 0, everything went amazingly well, and then time to go live. There's always issues when you go live, and this was no exception, but the Appian team provided us with a core member from the development team to keep us going in the hypercare. And he helped us really get through anything that came up. Also, we found some tweaks and changes that we wanted to make as we were going through the go-live process, and he was able to help us get that on track. This is a very important part because you want the system to come out seamless, and you want everybody to have confidence in it. And so being able to handle things quickly and getting things resolved gave the team internal and external confidence in the system. The automation of the invoice process was amazing. It gave AP the chance to start focusing on being proactive versus reactive. And they built confidence in us because they saw we were automating the process and really focusing in on them. We were able to keep all of our customer service. We've increased our productivity and the speed in which we do the invoices. The AI skill and automation through Appian has given us great visibility into our invoices and into our process. And we have really increased our invoice timing. The production for AP has been able to move more focused on solving problems versus just keying invoices. They've reduced the data entry, the extraction works really well, and one of our key points was to increase the amount of discounts we could take. We were losing discounts, and that's a great amount of money to the company. And in just 4 months, we've been able to decrease our discount misses by 50%, which has been a great boost for everyone in the process. The time savings and discounts achieved have been amazing, and everybody is really working through the process. Everything for the core Century company is being processed in Appian now, and we are starting to roll it out to our other companies at this time. It was a great experience working with the Appian CX on our first project. They had a team of experts who understood our current processes and used knowledge of the system to really create our future processes. They went above and beyond to ensure the process success. Preparation is critical, and defining the current process and how it will change in Appian and understand the other system's dependencies.
Change management was the last part, and it's always the very critical part. I cannot stress enough to have your operations, to have your finance engaged earlier. You want those stakeholders at the table, not only engaged, but vested. This needs to be their solution. And when it comes to communication, when it comes to explaining the features and getting the compliance and usability of the software and changing to the new process, having vested stakeholders who are right there with you is key. There's always going to be surprises in every implementation. I don't recall the last good surprise I heard. So having that group very closely connected is very important. We started our presentation talking about Appian employees. And being here, I cannot thank enough our support team. We started our Appian journey with Adrian and Robbie, and then along the way, Ali, John, and many others, together with Braden and our chief engineer, Ben Nickel, helped us to develop our solution. We want to thank you all for your attention, and we'll be happy to provide more details and answer additional questions at a breakout later this afternoon. Thank you very much.